Welcome to the Journeyman Cave, a podcast where we meet and chat with some of boxing's most seasoned road warriors, hosted by Mark Shakespeare and Chris Scarfe.
Welcome back to the Journeyman Cave, everybody. How are we doing, Mr. Shakespeare?
Not too bad. Yourself, mate?
Oh, we're always all right, aren't we, Shaky? This week, we've got Jake Bray. Tell us about Jake.
Well, do you believe about his nickname?
Well, we talk about his nickname, don't we?
Come on, what is it?
The Stainforth Chuck Norris, which is fascinating and hilarious all at once. But he talks about that, doesn't he? So again, we'll not go into that just yet. But really enjoyed meeting him.
Yeah.
Really nice kid. Obviously still fighting currently.
Yeah, he's a young pup, mate.
He is.
He's quite young out there. He just started on circuit as a journeyman, but already he's scored a couple of shots with a couple of W's to his name in his first 10 fights. So
wins, yeah.
It'll be really his first interview, really, with somebody who's just virtually started out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've gone from a couple of old school ones, you know, with Peter and stuff like that, and now we've got Jake.
Yeah.
Who's just starting off on his journey, really, and I'm looking forward to hearing what his plans are to go forward, if he's got a target in numbers he's managing. Do he want to become the 100 club, or does he want to actually go out there and sell some tickets and give it a go? You know what I mean? Go out there and win titles. It should be interesting to see, but his first real, youngster who just started off on the circuit, really, so it should be good to listen to his side of that story for lads, for everyone to listen to all out there.
Yeah, well, let's go and check it out then.
Let's do it, mate.
Yep. Oh, Jake Bray, welcome to the Journeyman Cave. Thanks for joining us.
No problem.
I'm going to have to get in with this one right from the beginning because Shecky tells me that your nickname is the Stainforth Chuck Norris.
Yeah, that's right.
I need to know why.
Yeah, well, basically, we was on the way down to fight Carl Vale, actually, which was talked about. My coach said to me, he's like, have you ever Googled yourself? And I was just like, no, it's never crossed my mind to Google myself. He's like, go on. He's like, Google it, because we had obviously a long journey. Yeah. I Googled myself, and there was an article on Carl Vale. He's a very successful amateur boxer, going pro now.
Right.
Yeah, we looked, and there was an article, and it said Carl Vale versus Jake Bray. But on him, it had his name and his picture of him, and on me, it had a picture of Chuck Norris. And it was just a joke, and it just started as a little running joke, and then it just escalated, and then I started coming out to it, and it's just stuck now. So it's
that is a good one, that, isn't it?
So it's just it just started off as a little running joke because we looked at the article and it had a picture of Chuck Norris and my name, and we just laughed about it. And then next thing you know, we got the announcer thinking, oh, he won't say it, and he did, and then it stuck, and then
I thought you were winding me up when you told me.
I told him, he didn't believe me.
I'll believe out me. Oh, yeah. What we should do is probably start from the beginning. When did you get into boxing? Were you a kid? How old were you?
Yeah, well, basically, I think it started when I was about 16, 17. I'd signed up to join the army. There was a boxing club that I'd started in the village where I live. I just went for, fitness purposes, and I took a like to it. Didn't have any competition or anything, just enjoyed the training, getting involved. I was never any good. I just, like I say, I was doing it for the fitness. And then I joined the army, I think coming just towards the end of my service, because I only did minimum service. There was like an inter-squadron boxing thing. I got involved in that, and I thought I enjoyed it. I'd give it a go again. Did all the training for that, but it turns out I couldn't fight because I'd signed up as a new amateur, but I didn't know I'd signed up when I did the training, previous before the army. I thought I was just doing the training, but I must have gone through a process of signing for an amateur. So anyway, I'd done all that training, and I didn't get to fight in the inter-squadrons in the army, which I was gutted about. And to be fair, quite a few of the lads and the coaches were gutted that I didn't fight. So, and then I think it was about 3 to 4 months after that I got out of the army, and because I enjoyed it so much, as I was getting out, I just stuck to it, and then fell back into it, and then went into the amateur scene. And then,
right, where did you train?
I started at a club called Stainforth ABC, and then that ended up closing, and then I moved to Freedom Boxing Club, which is where I'm at now, and I've been there since. So I think it's about 5 or 6 years. I think I've been there, somewhat along them lines. Yeah. Did my amateur career through them, and then we've gone to the pro side. But I did have a good start in the amateurs. I had my first 4 fights, I won in the amateurs. Yeah. And then obviously it steps up a gear then, and just sort of went on a slip and slide down and lost more than I won. But I enjoy the sport. So
Massively different though, isn't it, from amateurs to pro, isn't it?
of course it is, yeah, of course it is. And I found that out when I went to the Freedom Boxing Club, because it was like pro amateur. But I got involved with a lot of the pros, and you can see a massive difference. But it helped me come on. And yeah, it was good.
Did longer rounds suit you better, or?
I think so, yeah. Eventually when I got accustomed to them, yeah, because like obviously, as you know, amateur side, everyone just comes out and it's just a slugfest. Whereas a pro game is more technically slowed down thinking, and you know, where, like I said, the amateur, you come out. I mean, I remember one of my amateur fights, I went down to Jersey, I think it was, and literally the kid come running at me, threw a load of shots. I just panicked, froze, and then the ref ended up stopping it because I just didn't know what to do. Because he come in and just bombarded me. I was like, what? I was like, what shit? What am I doing? Wow. I didn't even think to throw anything back. He just literally come running across the ring. I was like, oh no, what do I do? Yeah. It's funny looking back now, but at the time I was just like, shit, this guy's coming running at me.
Jersey got mentioned, didn't it, with Peter Dunn?
Yes.
You see, he did a bit of work down in Jersey. What do you reckon to it?
Lovely place, really lovely place. It's small though, isn't it?
I've never been.
No, it's a small little place, but it is a lovely little place.
Like I said to Pete, I've only seen it on Bergerac, haven't I? You might not remember that, Jay. You might be too young, mate.
No.
Did you take your coach and your trainer with you from your amateurs to your pro, or did you go somewhere different?
Yeah, I've stuck to the same person. So Jimmy Harrington.
Right.
Yeah, he was, obviously when I went from Stainforth to there, he was my amateur coach, but he's also my manager as well now. He's got his manager's license, so, and he massively looks after me,
Yeah, and you're happy and settled with him there?
Yeah, unbelievably, the guy couldn't do enough for me. Honestly, he's there all the time, and he wraps my hands bang on every time. I couldn't ask for any more. He was always thinking of me, you know.
That's great to work, because sometimes it can be a bit hard if you're struggling a little bit and you ain't got nobody on your side and you're doing away all the time.
This is the thing, I've been to a few shows and Jimmy's been there because he comes to every fight with me. There's been lads there who's come with no trainer, no coach, no manager, no nothing. And then like we've been to one where a guy started wrapping his hands and Jimmy ended up wrapping them for him. You know, he's that type of guy who'll help out. And I've been there, I look and I think how lucky I am to have someone like him who still, you know, comes back to my hands, has me back, you know, looks after me. And there's guys travelling away corner and they've got nothing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it upsets me that, to be fair. Like, but I'm glad you've got somebody there to look after you, because, like you said, it must make a massive difference. But did you meet any away fighters in you? Do you see anybody regular on your shows when you go in?
I bumped into Lee Connolly a few times, but I do speak to him on socials as well. He's a nice guy. I've met a few, to be fair, but not really regular ones, you know, that I bump into. But like I say, obviously, you see him on socials and you get chatting and stuff like that. And yeah, no, there is a few nice guys. I mean, there was a guy who I've met on a few shows, and he just fought Campbell Hatton. Gregores.
Yeah.
I've been on the same show with him, and I've got him as a friend on socials as well. So
I was going to say, how often are you fighting then now, Jake?
At the moment, not so much as I was. I was at 1 or 2 every other month, but it's gone a little bit quiet because obviously I've just won past 2.
It will go quiet, mate.
But I have got a couple coming up next month. I've got one on the 14th for me in Winter Gardens again. And then I've managed to get on a home show in Doncaster as well, on the 28th for me as well.
Whereabouts in Donny?
Donny Racecourse.
If we're free, we'll try and get up to that. Yeah, it'd be great to see you.
Just to go back, because you said you won your last couple. Because I found this a bit interesting when you were saying it's gone quiet now. I didn't realise that would be a thing just because you've won a couple.
Yeah.
What's the thought behind that? Why is it because they're scared you're going to beat their man? Or?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. I mean, that's quite possibly the reason, you know, because like I go to have a fight. I don't go to get my head punched in, because what's the point? You know, I'm just going to go there and be someone's punch bag. You know, you're going to go in and into the ring. They need to know just as much as you do that it is a dangerous sport and it is a contact sport, and they can't go in there thinking they're just going to punch you around the ring and be no retaliation or nothing return. So
if you were managing somebody when you were a fighter who were, you know, half decent and he could sell 300 to 400 tickets, and you look at him and he's won his last 2, do you want to risk him?
Showing up, yeah.
Do you want to risk him?
Yeah.
He's coming for a fight. You've probably seen his last 2 fights. I know I can find him on, you know me, on YouTube and stuff. Right. Would you want to risk a 300 lad who's had 1 or 2 fights? Because at the end of the day, if a loss goes on record and they're not the greatest, you're not going to risk him against Jake, are you?
No, it's a good point.
So that's how the sport works, really, isn't
Yeah,
it?
of course it is. Yeah, and like I say, you want this up and coming prospect you want them to be like your 7, 8 and O's before they start getting higher shots. But then if you've got people who have got a loss on the record, now they're going to be like questioning,
that
why has he got a
blemish
loss?
into it,
Yeah.
Yeah, and C2W at side of Jake, and you think no chance.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
We'll leave that one, mate.
Yeah,
How many pro fights have you had so far?
9 now. Yeah, number 9.
Gone from 0-7 to 2-7, mate.
Yeah, that's it. And then I'm in double figures next month.
That's it. Seasoned.
Early double figures, but double figures.
Still
Season pro. Season pro, mate. Well, I looked on your box rep before this, and Johnny Kiley, I watched that. That were a scrap and a half, that one, mate. Yeah. VIP loved you.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was a good atmosphere. It was my debut as well. I believe it was both our debut, so... Yeah, that was a bit of a tear. But, he's a nice guy as well. And we're friends on socials and that. And I believe he's fighting on the next show that I'm fighting, so I'll have a catch-up on there. A lot of people said that it was a very entertaining fight. And, that's what you want to hear. You want people there excited for your fights. And that's what I'm wanting to give. I'm wanting to go out there and entertain. And, yourself, you watch a boxing and you see some of them and you're like, when's next fight on?
Yeah.
Regardless of what the result is when you walk out there, you give it your best. And people are going to love you. I mean, I've had it a few times where I've come out the ring. People I don't even know, like fist bumping me like, oh, well done, mate. And it's because they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And like you say, you get the respect of the opponent, the respect of some of his fans. Like I say, I've had a few people. It's just nice, You've gone out there, you've done your job. People are happy. You're happy.
Again, I'm no boxing expert, but I don't want a procession of just somebody being chased around a ring.
Yeah.
Not throwing a punch, just trying to last till end at thingy.
Yeah, just to survive.
I'm talking to him after that and getting in his ear, and he's like, shut up, I'm trying to watch.
Yeah.
I'm going to the bar then, but you can tell straight away when two fighters are going for it.
Yeah.
And, having a scrap, that'll hold me attention then.
Yeah, because you come, then you, like say, you walk out with your pride and you think, I did my best. But like you say, you're gripped, you're watching a really good fight, whereas, you go in there to survive. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's probably fighters out there. If I'd re-fought Carl Fail again, I'd go out there to survive. Because I know for a fact he just punched my head in again. No, I do believe he should go out there. But like I say, maybe there is certain fighters that, he's got something about him and you don't want to because you want to survive for the next one. Well, obviously, if you get stopped, you get a 28 days. So you don't want that happening. But maybe there is certain fighters you go out there and you should protect yourself maybe that little bit more.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, you've had up for your 10 fight double figure. You're still very early in career, Jake.
Yeah.
But like Scarfe just said then about, I don't like people dancing around ring and not doing no. But when I've seen you in your fights, you've got a bit of dig about you.
Yeah.
You can put people on the back foot.
Yeah.
Like some of these journeymen, they haven't got power. So they can't do what Jake does, because if they do that, there's a good chance that if they land clean, it don't hurt the opponent. Bang, straight back, he catches them clean. They're out on floor, and like Jake just said, that's 28 days they can't fight again.
Yeah.
So I know it's not the most entertaining for some journeymen. But sometimes if you're a journeyman, you've got to be smart, and if you haven't got that dig about you, and you've got more speed than that, it's not entertaining for fans, but at the end of the day, they're there to do a job, aren't they?
I mean, don't get me wrong, like, there's fights, like, I can hit and I have got the power, without blowing my own trumpet. But there's there's a few fights as well where I look like I've swung for the world. I've just come out and gone silly and overreached. I know there's like little skills that I need to work on, and the coach tells me, and I know I need to step in with my feet and then throw these big shots, but I'm not. I'm like loading up from miles away. And the coach said to me last time show, he said I nearly took a chandelier off at ceiling or something like that.
But you can't let it on in 9 fights, can you, mate?
Yeah.
I mean, you're here for a long haul, aren't you?
Yeah, that's
and
it.
I can tell you enjoy your boxing. And like you said, so you had a fight with Al. I went to watch him, didn't we?
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Remember his name?
No.
Billy Allen.
Billy Allen, that's it. Of course I remember.
Yeah, no, he's a nice kid.
Which time was that we went?
We went to see Seamus and Elvis. Sorry, Jake, we didn't know you were there.
No, that's
you were
fine,
very
because
young.
I'm sure on that show with Elvis, he fought one of my gym mates, Brad Cousins. I don't think is it Seamus.
We saw Elvis after he come down and saw us.
Yeah.
Yesterday, got a good win, did Elvis, didn't he?
Yeah.
Get that on the Instagram page. He won last night.
Oh, I know he's fighting, because I've seen, like I say, I've got Seamus on socials now. We had him in, we had a little bit of a chat and that, and I seen that he put Elvis was fighting. I didn't realise.
Yeah, he won last night, 37-39.
Yeah.
But I was talking to Mike Connolly, who was announced. I think I mentioned you're on phone, Tid.
Yeah.
We had a speak, and We had a good chat in Bridlington at Caravan, and he was saying, you are a bit of a dying breed now, Jake, and they need you. And they're having to go abroad a lot more now. I believe they're giving you a couple of W's now to keep board off your back because they need you so much. I'm not going to specify, it's not my business how much you get paid for a fight.
Yeah.
But I assume if I had a prospect and I wanted him to fight and you were around, I'm sure I could offer you this much and you'd take it.
Yeah.
But if you didn't, I'd have to go to somewhere like Slovenia, Lithuania, Poland, Eastern Europeans.
And then you've got the complications of getting
exactly.
over here. And, I've known a few lads where they're supposed to be fighting and then their opponents had complications at the airport or, there's certain papers they can't go. And then again, that this guy's sold his tickets and he can't get his fight off and he's had to cancel and tell everyone because they're waiting on abroad. Whereas obviously in this country, you're available, you're there. But on the flip side, obviously, depending on what type of fight you are, knowing that you're going to go out there and give it a fight, do you want to take that risk? So it's weighing it up, Yeah.
I mean, I say some great Eastern European and other European journeymen knocking about.
Yeah.
But like I say, it's going to cost you a lot more money to get them here. And like Jake said, a lot more complications.
Yeah.
Because you're not just paying for the fight, you're going to pay for the hotels, you're having to pay for the food and stuff, which they deserve when they come over here. Of course they do, and they deserve a lot more than they get, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But like you say, you guys are a bit of a dying breed now, mate, and I think they've got to look after you a bit more. And I think I've never seen so many W's for that away corner, and it's great to see. And that weekend when we did that and we put you on,
I just remembered.
It was amazing.
I was shocked because I'm not used to.
Well,
like
great.
said, people losing, and they were like, "Oh, so and so."
Yeah.
It's gone off here.
I think it's like me, Poochie, Lee Connolly, and there was another guy, weren't there as well? What's his name now?
Carl Sampson won the week before as well, and Kane Savlin, I think it was, and Kane can handle himself.
Yeah.
But when Carl took the fight up, there were a few of the lads thinking, I felt for him. I didn't know how we were going to go because I thought they were both on par. And I thought, I think this is a bit of a risk putting Kane in with Carl. Obviously, Carl got win. And then 3 wins week after with you guys. Harry Matthews got a draw that weekend. And it was like, wow. And then Poochie just put on his post, oops, didn't he? That's all Poochie put on, didn't he?
You know what? Talking of Poochie, I actually met Poochie on my debut when I fought, Johnny Boy Kiley. And I just got chatting to him and I was like, how many is this year? And I'm convinced he said like it was his 150th fight or something and that. And they were just so relaxed.
He's in that ballpark.
Yeah, and he enjoys it, he's dancing about before.
Showman,
he's a brilliant showman. And I was just like asking, bits of tips of advice and that. And he's just like, go out and enjoy it. He's like, just enjoy it.
We saw him in Sheffield, didn't we?
Great.
The first time I've seen him, and he's coming out to music and he's dancing and he's, like Apollo Creed coming on in Rocky 4, wasn't it? Yeah, it's an exhibition, it was right good.
Honestly, it's worth watching some of his ring walks. Some of them are brilliant. I think he's been out like Only Fools and Horses with a surfboard and all sorts. Honestly, he's come out with some brilliant stuff.
He's moved on since we saw him because now every fight he has a different theme.
Yeah, he does.
Like you said, so
he's gone in the ring with a football. I've seen him.
Have you seen that one? That's on YouTube.
Yeah. Honestly, he's a great showman. He is a great.
Yeah, he comes out to match at day on that one playing football.
Yeah,
what a guy.
Yeah,
he said he wants to come on.
Yeah.
It'd
be great. I'd definitely love.
He wants to
listen to that one definitely. Then some of the people he's fought as well.
150 odd fights, though, I don't know.
He said he's 150 because he got a Golden Glove trophy. Have you met Kevin McCauley?
No, I haven't. No.
Just done, or he's coming up to 250.
To what?
And still going.
250?
Yes. And if it gets another year out of it, he could be knocking up towards Buckley.
Yeah.
Christian Late has as well. He's got 300 as well. Nobody's past that. But he's still active at minute on 250.
It's still early days, but hardest fight then, White Carl?
Yeah. I'd say Carl. I mean, there's been a couple in there as well. But I'm saying again, I'm rubbish with names. I fought a good guy on a VIP show. He was a southpaw. He was a pretty strong kid. I can't remember what his name was now. But I'd say Carl is. At first, I was like, went in there. I didn't really know much about him. The lads in the gym told me about him. And then I sort of try and stay away from looking into my opponent.
Right.
Now, people might think that's daft, but a lot of, people research and then they maybe try and find, some sort of tactic around it. But what I did with Carl Fayers, because one of the lads told me about him, I did a bit of research and found he's like, Olympic, I'm sure he's like a silver medalist, European level. He's like a really good amateur before, he turned over. And I didn't know nothing about him. And one of the lads told me, I started reading into it. And then after that, I got nervous. And I mean, like, up until the fight, like, I didn't feel like eating. It was bad. And I mean, I'm not making an excuse because the guy is a very good boxer. But I think it would have affected my performance as well because I was so nervous because I looked into it. And after that, I was just said to my coach, like, I don't want to look at anyone. I just want to, if I get a name, I'll see him on the face-off or the weigh-in. And that's that, because I find if I look into him, I get nervous. I start trying to think of a game plan. I get in my own head and thinking of what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So now I just turn up and it is what it is. And to be honest, it's worked for me because I feel more relaxed in the ring now. Whereas if like, I'd have been the same with Carl and got in there and still got my head punched in, but I'd have not known as much about him, but like, you know.
Yeah, when the reputation precedes him.
Of course it does. And then, like I say, because of, like I say, Carl, how good he is, straight away I was just thinking, like, you know, trying to think, I don't want to get stopped, don't want to get knocked out. What if he knocks me out? Because he's, you know, he's good. He's a very, very good boxer. And I was like, I don't want to get knocked out. Don't want to get knocked out. So I'm already in my own head and I'm trying to survive, you know, And then it come to the last round. I thought, right, I've made it to the fact, right, this is it. And then I thought, right, last round, I'm going to give it. And I think it was like a minute and 50 left of the last round. I was like, right, I'm going to try and, you know, give it back now, you know. And he caught me with a shot and he buzzed me. I was like, shit. It's like, shit, this is not working. And I just tucked up for my life, and then the ref ended up stopping me. But he was a good kid. But yeah, no, it's one of them. I just sort of like, it was a learning curve. If anything, I thought if the guy can just stay away from it.
Sometimes it's a punch with your name on it, mate, innit? And that's what you ring. No matter how good you are. And you get caught, don't you? Yeah. But at least stop you on your feet and you didn't.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, touch wood up to now, I've not touched the canvas, and I hope that obviously I maintain that. But yeah, it's boxing, you know, it happens. You get caught off guard, that split second, you get caught, you know. I mean, I've been buzzed a few times. I have been buzzed, I can't lie. But touch wood, I haven't touched the canvas yet.
The way you fight, though, mate, you're going to get buzzed, aren't you?
Yeah, you know, that's it, yeah. When you're throwing big bombs at each other, it can't be helped, you know, you're going to exchange. But, touch wood, I haven't.
Come on, we've got to talk about your wins. How did it feel when you had that hand raised for the first time? Did you expect it?
No, I thought when he gave it, I thought he'd won it. I thought he'd done enough. But it was in my hometown, and I was in the away corner in my hometown. But yeah, no, I just went out there and just sort of done what I usually do, but I just went out and obviously got the decision from it. But it's like, it was just the unreal thing. Like, I was like, you know, waiting for it to get announced and announcing scorecard. I thought, yeah, he's got this on point. And he lifted my arm up, and I'm just looking and thinking, why is my arm up? Like, yeah, like, you've got wrong arm, mate. It's like, what are you picking this one up for? But obviously, at the same time, I was absolutely buzzing. You know, like, emotions were up and down. Like, do I cry? Do I jump for joy? I was just like, oh, what? But I was in like my hometown, so I had people coming up to me, and so then it was great feel, especially because, you know, you go out there, you know, you're not going out there expecting to win. You're just going out there to entertain, and I got the arm, and I'm just, like I said, I just remember just looking at me and thinking, what's he doing? It's definitely not my... Yeah, then obviously I fought a few weeks after, and then I say him again, I thought Owen Kirk, I thought he'd snatched it, I thought he'd done well for it, especially when he announced it 39-37, I thought, you know, fair play, he's done it. And then the same again, picked my arm up, and I was just shocked again. I was just like, I'm not used to this.
But yeah, it was a good fight, that.
Yeah,
it could have gone either way.
Yeah, it was definitely a close fight, yeah.
And, but it was funny, because you're on a VIP show, that one, last time.
Yeah.
And you didn't get called Jake Bray once, mate.
No.
You were Chuck Norris all the way through. Yeah. He's not getting up, is he? Old Chuck here. He's coming and he's come to fate, hasn't he, Chuck? And then main commentary goes, yeah, I watched him on his debut against Johnny Kiley, and he came to fight. And then he said he won Central Area title 5 times, so that's no mean feat. A Scottish guy who lives in Blackpool, I can't remember his name. Right. And he just called you Chuck Norris all the way through. Yeah, Chuck Norris says, I caught him, you're good, and they did Chuck. Yeah. So you won't call Jake Bray one way through that.
It's great though, because like, there's obviously a few lads who I've worked with and stuff like that messaging me and that, and like they've jumped on the bandwagon. It's like, it's all about the strength of Chuck Norris now, and I get it, and I laugh about it, and it's funny because, like I say, it just started off as a joke, and then it's just stuck. But then people are like getting behind it sort of thing. So I'm just, enjoy it. And, it's a bit of a laugh, if someone comes out and, like the statement of Chuck Norris, you just like, you laugh a little bit. You think, why is he called that? But then you've got the curiosity of it then as well.
I think we love that sort of thing over here, don't we? This country, just something like a curiosity like that, everybody jumps on it.
Yeah, it's just something different as well, because, you got your typicals, like your Bombers, your Hurricanes, your stuff like that. And it's like, how many people got with Chuck Norris, it's just like, and obviously Chuck Norris's reputation of being hard as nails and stuff like that. It's just like, I'd like it. I do enjoy it. And
you got your t-shirts with it on?
I've got to say,
you've got to get them on, mate. You've got to get some.
A range of merchandise.
A range of merchandise. We'll have one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I've asked you before for one, Jake, can I?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I never give it a thought, but now you put that thought in it.
No, you've got to.
I think people are dead because it's different. Like you say, it's completely off the wall. It's brilliant.
Yeah, and like I said, you're not the first person to ask if I've got a t-shirt yet. And you know what? Like now you've mentioned that, it'd probably be a good thought to me get that on the back of a t-shirt. People might want them, and it get a bit of a more of a following. For the away corner as well.
How many people, when they've had a couple of beers, and they see that 10, 12 quid, whatever you're charging, they're going to buy one.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's funny.
Yeah, definitely.
I definitely would. Yeah. That's how my mind works anyway.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Well, if I saw Chuck Norris fighting, I'd be definitely put a fiver on him. If it were 12-1, he's having a fiver on Chuck, aren't we? We've got to do it 12-1, haven't we?
Yeah, well, it's like if you bet on the horse racing or dog racing, and you see something called Chuck Norris, you just throw something like that just because of its name, won't you? Definitely.
That's it.
Yeah, you need. I think as a journeyman, it's good to have someone to recognise you, because like when you go, all right, you will get known as Chuck Norris as you go around now. It's a great one to have. Don't ever drop it. Keep it.
Oh no,
never drop it.
It's stuck now, and I'm just sort of like going with it now. And what started off as a joke, going from, I think it was my second fight, and like I say, I'm on 9 now, going up to 10. And it's still stuck in. It's just normal now, and it's but like lads in gym and that, like always like, go on, Chuck, and stuff like that, just stuff like that.
It adds another dimension to your personality, because to most people, you are just like, to me, you'd have been a name on a card.
Yeah.
Whereas, so when that story gets found, like people want to know more.
Yeah.
That's why, that's how I'd think. I'd be like, what the?
Yeah.
Chuck Norris? What? How's that? So it's a bit like we're saying with Poochie. It's got that personality to it. You sort of delve more into it, want to know more about it, and follow him a bit closer. Yeah. Whereas most of the people, would just be a name on a card. I think it can only enhance.
Yeah, exactly.
Reputation as you go on.
Yeah, I mean, I like Seamus Celtic Cobra. That's a good one as well.
That's a good name.
He's getting a lot of attention, isn't he, as well?
Yeah, he's a tough guy. I've seen a few of his fights, and he can fight.
Is that him that was supposed to fight last night?
He should have fought Ali Ben last night, but I think from what I hear, Ali Ben had some...
Oh, did it fall through? Because I know he'd been training like...
Medical,
for that, yeah.
Something went wrong at medical or something. But he's fighting tonight. He did tell me who were fighting, but he's fighting tonight.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What on the...
No, he's not on the... No, he's on a smaller one, I think. And also, I like Violent Vegan as well. Lee Connolly's a good one and all.
Yeah. But he can fight, same again, he can fight as well, I've been on a few shows with him, but you know what, he's a lovely guy as well. He is a lovely guy.
But have you got any goals going forward?
No, not at the moment. I'm just sort of like taking each fight as it comes now and just enjoying it. Just enjoying it. Yeah, just to see how it goes. Obviously, as long as I keep my health and everything, that's...
Well, that was something I was going to ask. Tell us about your typical training regime, how often and...
most weeks I train like three times a week. That's at the gym.
Yeah.
But then between that, like my Tuesday, Thursdays, and maybe probably once on a weekend be Saturday or Sunday, depending, because I vary it. But gym 3 times a week, and then between that running. I mean, obviously I have the days off sometimes in between because I don't want to. Got to rest your body. Yeah, of course you do. Yeah. But typically training probably about 4 or 5 times a week in total. Like 3 in gym and then rest myself.
Yeah.
I do 7 while 5, and then straight from work to the gym or go for a run and that. So I don't really get a lot of time to miss.
Well, that's what I thought, to squeeze it all in I know it's not easy.
Yeah, that's what people don't realise sometimes. You don't get many full-time journeymen, do you?
No, it's a lifestyle. You have to sort of work around it and adapt to it. Like I say, you don't get these sponsors who, pay you to be a full-time boxer. You've got your day jobs like myself.
Yeah.
So like I work through the day, train on a night, and then obviously when the fight comes up, and at times it's hard because there's like days where, I mean, my boss, I'm lucky, I've got a really good boss, and if there's a fight coming up, he'll let me have my half days or my days off if I need it. Honestly, he's brilliant.
That's good.
There's days where I want to work because I don't want to feel like I'm taking the piss sort of thing. So like I'll always try and help out, or like if he's giving me half day, I'll work as late as possible. But then, you've got to work late and then, travel and then you're fighting. And because some days it can be just long ways, you've got your own fighters who are sponsored, took the days off. They get in there, they're fresh, they've had a fresh day, but I've been to work and then I've travelled, and it can be rough sometimes, but
I imagine.
Sort of come accustomed to it eventually.
Where is it you're working?
I work for a bloke called Ben Webb, TDL Grab Hire, so I drive a grab wagon.
All right.
The only time I get out is to do the grabs. But yeah, it's just hard work, because you sat down most of the day driving about, and then, so you're not really active, you're not like burning calories, whereas as opposed to someone, I don't know, like a bricklayer or someone on site, you're physically
moving about,
and you're naturally burning calories off. And whereas I'm about moving probably muscles in my fingers, turning the steering wheel.
That's why you got your power here, then, mate, isn't it?
That's what must be, grip on steering wheel.
But it's still, a mentally tiring day, and then you're going home to train.
Yeah, that's it. And I've got 2 kids as well, and so I don't really see, I don't spend as much time as I'd like with them, but at the same time, obviously, it helps to give them, a better life. I've got one that's 7, Rowan, and Oliver, who's 5.
7, 5.
So
Handful.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, my George's an handful at 7.
Well,
God, he's a maniac.
I've got one.
Yeah.
He is.
And Jude.
So no goals moving forward, just going to keep going, Jake?
Yeah, just take every fight as it comes. I don't know how many I'm going to aim for or how long I'm going to do it for. Just, if I notice a change in my health, maybe then I'd probably call it a day, because like I said, I've got 2 kids that mean the world to me, and I don't want to either be one of them who can't bring them up or be in a position where they'll end up having to look after me, and all this sort of thing. And I don't want that to happen. So I just take every fight as it comes, see where my health's at, and see what we're like, and then just go from there. So I don't really have any goals as such at the moment. Just take it all in.
It's early days, mate.
Yeah.
Listen, you've got 9 fights on there, mate. I'm sure there'll be a few more to come.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're still young at 28, and you're looking fit and well, mate.
Thank you, mate.
And I think we can end it there, can't we?
I reckon so.
But before you go, can you do the honours?
Just for anybody that can't view, we've got our own pair of Journeyman Cave boxing gloves. They look very shiny.
Yeah, thanks to Maroof for doing them for us, wasn't it?
And Jake's going to be the first one to sign them with the gold Sharpie that you brought us.
I've got a gold Sharpie. Take it, mate. You can take right or left. It's up to you, mate. Yeah, it's been a pleasure to have you on, Jake. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope we've made you feel at ease, and that we're.
It's been my pleasure anyway.
The Journeyman Cave is produced by James Proud. Music by Ryan Carrier. Special thanks to Rhythm Inc. Studios for hosting. All views expressed are of the guests only. The Journeyman Cave and host bear no responsibility for any opinions given. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter @The Journeyman Cave.